Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is.
Diana.
I'm told it's episode 412. We're trusting the check on
I
that.
I hope so. I don't know. I think so.
Guys, let's put together a podcast episode. Oh my gosh. I'm drinking pineapple juice. Diana's hair is running away with her. Uh, it's going
It's
to be one of
trying
those
really
days.
hard to grow in exciting new directions.
It's going to be one of those days. Oh, goodness. What are you drinking today while we record it?
My usual coffee, in my currently not naked dinosaur cup that I
Oh,
accidentally put through the dishwasher that one time, which is why it's missing a piece.
no, jeez.
I did it to myself. I just wasn't thinking.
I'm having some refreshing pineapple juice in my Nightmare Before Christmas travel mug I got for Christmas.
That is a really cute mug.
It's freaking cute. Do I know where the clear lid is? No,
No, it's lost
no.
forever.
No, it's somewhere in the kitchen because I remember cleaning it.
Lost forever.
It's going to be lost for at least a month or two, that's for dang sure. It takes me forever to find anything when it's not clear. When it's clear, I mean, Phaedra will find it for me. Like at some point, it will show up on the floor as a cat toy. That's just how that's going to go. Let's get through some very quick, boring announcements, because that's just how it goes. This coming Sunday is our live podcast episode, which means this past Sunday was our WIP sprints. But because we record on Friday, for us, that hasn't happened yet. Welcome to time management. God,
Whole new meaning
so
to time management. Like
the
you're
mental
managing the
gymnastics,
flow of time. It's
the
the
mental
the Time Bureau
gymnastics.
from the Loki series, the
Maybe,
Marvel
because
Universe.
quite frankly, have you seen our recording schedule versus our release schedule versus our live schedule? They're functioning on entirely different wavelengths at this point.
This is
I
true.
don't
They do
know.
fit nicely into life, though.
They fit great into life, which is the good part and why we did it, but my God, my brain has got to be awake to make that statement make sense and to stay on track. So hopefully you enjoyed the whip sprints. From my perspective, future Jocelyn's going to find out how that went. Uh, we are also means that we are just days away from our birthday month. Birthday month. Yay.
Gotta figure out what I'm doing for that.
We're like out of time to make plans, so we gotta make plans.
Mm,
We're out of time to put that task off.
cool. Well,
So,
that's going to be a task for this upcoming week.
sure is. I'm like, well, cool. I looked at my calendar and went, okay, so that happened real fast. Whatever. I still think it's January at the time. I'm very confused. But we don't have a ton of other things going on otherwise at the moment. Our seasonal bingo card obviously switches up in March, so this is the last full month to get your seasonal bingo cards checked off. Otherwise, I think we're sitting pretty classy and cozy and ready for the next month of stuff. So we could jump right in and talk about our knitting, or crochet work, or lack of crochet work, or tiny dictators that are currently squishing your feet.
You wanted a foot warmer, right?
I wanted a foot warmer, apparently. What do I know? All right. I'm back to my usual self. So I have one, two, three, and a whip it, or four and a whip it or rip it.
I also have four and a whip it or rip it.
Oh, dang. Well, then let's just trade off back and forth. Why don't we? This
Weird.
week I pulled a skein of sock yarn out of the scrap sock yarn bin. Why? Because I'm trying to get rid of my scraps. And I went, wait it. About 90, 95-ish grams. That's enough for a pair of socks for me. I don't use a full 100 grams when I make a pair of socks for myself, but that's because I'm not I don't tend to make the full leg. I tend to make like a shortened full leg or a shorty. That's what I'm happier with. So I casted on a sock and then proceeded to make a bunch of progress.
Don't you have a pair of socks?
This is the second pair of socks on the needles. Third pair of socks on the needles. Don't worry, there's been more cast-ons. I gave it its
Okay.
ghosty I gave it a little ghosty goo skull. What's on here? It's a ghost. He's kind of hung by some excess string at the moment from my cast on. I don't know. I don't know. I know it's sock yarn because all of my fingering weight yarn is sock yarn. So I never have to worry about that. Or it's boucle, which is very distinctly not sock.
Hmm.
This is distinctly sock, but look at what it's doing now that I flipped the toe right side out. Isn't that
Very
pretty?
pretty.
I have no idea what colors I'm looking at. They're either blue or green.
Maybe both.
Maybe a bluey green?
Bluey green. It's riding the
Go.
line.
We'll go with a bluey green, light, dark, micro striping, probably by accident sort of situation.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. That's all the words that describe nothing. But she was definitely a cast on edge as of Monday, and now it's Friday, and we're a bit farther along. But as I'm working on that while we record, I was like, we'll talk about this first. Again, every time. How do I do this with the cord and the line and the wires and the glisten? I am my own freaking problem. You should go. Oh, guys, if there's a sharp interruption, it's because I'm waiting on a thing to be delivered, so my phone is off, not on silent right now.
Fair enough. All right. I will talk briefly about the thing from the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I finished the worsted weight knitted slippers. I even
Okay.
wove in all of the ends. So those are done and ready for gifting, along with the other ones that are done and ready for gifting with all
Which is
of the
good.
ends woven in.
Yeah,
I
because
should
don't you meet
maybe
up with the
wash them
sibling? Yeah, you should wash them.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you have time to wash them if you're meeting up with the sibling tomorrow?
I'm unsure. They can wash them. I wove in the ends. That's
Okay.
what they get.
That's what they get. It shows
That's
up
what
and
they
it'll be
get.
like, love you, but you gotta wash those. I have done similar to my sibling, right? Been like, look, here's your present. Also, the cat slept on it. Have fun. I mean,
That is
oh my
a
God,
standard
phone.
vanilla sock with loops and threads impeccable in navy and mustard.
I really like how that worked out. The navy mustard combo. It's really pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I let them loose in my stash and they picked it, so.
Yeah, that works. I think it's really good. All right. On the bright side, yay, two FOs.
Yay!
Yeah, that's good.
Things are done.
Which is good. It also means you cleared up some of your project list so you can look at casting on stuff for yourself. And
Oh,
I'll
don't worry, I
always,
did.
oh no. Is that how we got to four this week? You were a little crazy?
Uh,
Did
uh-huh.
you go a little cray cray? Did you go a little cray cray?
I mean, you were there for them, so.
When do I not enable you to cast on?
I made good progress on them too, so that's
Because
something.
it's what you want to work on, and that's good. That's the important thing. Should I talk about the
Follow
design I'm
follow the
working on?
crafty joy. Go for it.
Ooh, that made sounds. Made a little bit more progress on the top-down triangle summer shawl I'm working on. It is interesting because it's designed, it's slow going for a while, but I am working out of a wonderful gradient shawl and a ball of yarn, and then I will be adding a strong contrast color to the bottom part of the pattern design when we get there. But we finally started adding the fun drop stitches. I do enjoy me a
Looks
fun drop
so
stitch.
good.
I've got the coffee progress keeper, little coffee cup.
I like I like the way
So
that hits
good.
in the color change too.
Yeah, I know, like it just worked out great. That was not planned. I go by stitch count because I want my shawls to be a specific size to be a specific size, like specific stitch count to a specific size. So I'm like, well, that worked out real slick. I wasn't sure it was gonna, but sure enough, cool. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not gonna say no. I still have plenty of shawl and a ball left to work through, so we're a ways away from adding the contrast color. So that's what I'm working on. There is no name for it. It just says Summer Shawl on the Google Doc where I'm creating the pattern. That's it. No title yet.
Yeah,
However,
titles later.
it is designed for variegated yarn. It is designed for that thick and thin yarn. So it's good for the art yarns, the hand spuns, like the spin cycle sort of ideas. Like that's what it's meant for. And the shawl and a ball is a great acrylic version for it. So there we have it. My God, I'm thirsty. Thank heavens I have pineapple juice. Why, computer? Why are you informing me of things I don't care about right now? Go away.
Okay, do we want
Get
an
out
old
of my
thing or a new
face.
thing?
Let's go with old things. Let's save the new things to last. As I talked about a new thing.
Okay, finish that stitch. The old thing. which isn't even that old. But hey, look, it's that corner to corner garter stitch blanket. I did a few more
Mhm.
rows on it. It
Oh,
really
good.
doesn't fit on the needles anymore. But
You
look, I
really
got like
won't.
another I got like another handspan worth of progress on here.
How do you get? Well, I
Well, not a
suppose
handspan, but like fingers.
a finger width. No, fingers width. 4 fingers width.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that quick? What's that very random, vague measurement we would use? God, I love
So
how that's working up. So
it
good.
is very much too
So
long for the
good.
cord. It does
That's
not
fine.
stretch out anymore.
That's fine. I mean, unless you're like me and have like the truly obscenely long cords. And why would you?
Which I do not. I should get one.
I love my obscenely long cords. Like I love them. I love them so much. They're great for shawls. They're great for magic loop. Oh yeah. Oh, oh. They're great for when you have all the stitches on the sweater plus the sleeves.
Yeah.
Yes. So good. Now I always end up switching to a shorter cord when I just have the body, but that's not the point.
So this is a Karen anniversary cake in
I
birch?
have pebble. Yeah, I
Birch.
have pebbled path.
Yes, birch. I'm like sticks and stones. No, no,
No.
birch.
Oh,
And
yep.
it's just
Okay.
your basic knit both sides with the I-cord edging. So,
Well, yeah, but if you're
and it is very
having
squishy
like
and as
good,
yeah. Oops,
good, good,
we're
good, good, good.
tangled. Untangle. Untangle.
You're
All
going
right.
for couch throw size, right?
I think so. I think originally I had been thinking something like queen size bed size, and now
Mhm.
I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
No? Okay.
Definitely more couch size.
Couch as it is. I mean, I was doing the math the other day for fun, and you need like two basic couch throws plus seasonal per couch, and at least one throw for every two chairs plus seasonal. So like you got space to grow your blanket collection.
We also have a weird number of like branded blankets.
Yeah, I don't know how you manage that one.
I don't know either.
'Cause you're not branded blanket kind of people.
No, but we have them.
Doesn't mean you got to
And I don't
keep them.
really know, that's true. Don't
If you
really know
don't
where they
like
all came
them,
from.
you can donate them.
It's true.
You can sell them. You can regift them so they find a new home. I've done that with some things that have come into my life where I've been like, not for me. Let's talk squares.
Are you caught
I
up on
fell
the
off the
squares?
bandwagon. Oh, so much. No. 14 hours in 1 week. That's a bit much on top of the 7 hours for the week. Lady, are you nuts? I'd be like a full, it's a semi-permanent job. I have a job. I technically have two. I don't really have time for that. And I'm a cat. And I'm a cat caregiver. Still, nope. There's not that much time in my week. There is time to start playing
Mm.
catch up though. So I absolutely stopped working on my granny squares when I did the 2 week sweater challenge. Not that I worked on that either. So I'm beginning to make progress. I did the math based off January squares, and when I have finished the four multicolored big blocks I'm working on, I will be caught up so long as I'm done by the 1st of March. So I have a deadline, and we're very quickly reaching that deadline. But I am
Hmm.
what? Learn how to count. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Ooh, I have one square too many on the end here. One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh no, I don't. Six, seven. So this is as wide. So I just have to, because each of the big squares are 7 by 7. So this one's almost done. I'm doing my
Nice.
last bit of progress on that one. So that one's almost done. But whoa, microphone. You and me, buddy, today. We're having a day. I get it. I made a lot more progress on the smaller squares. So remember the last time I showed this off, I had three little crosses, diamond center inserts, if you will, for the next three single colored squares. This has allowed me to go through the last of those scraps in that Jacob's trading bag I had, like the less than 40 grams or less bag.
Hmm.
Oh, I gotta go to sneeze again. and finish them. So I actually have a couple of stacks of squares of different multicolors for the border section also made, which is nice because I'm making each of these squares, so there's no more pre-made squares. So I had the center square situation going on, but I
Hmm.
have now expanded that out. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Nice.
And I literally dropped
Good
those on my
reveal.
cat's head. Thank you. My cat, not so impressed, guys. It landed on her head. Oh, I'm in trouble now. So again, got to go up to 7 by 7. But this last one I did was this purple color, and I ended up with this extra 4. So I've got a color block, color 4 prep to go. So again, Burnett Premium Tweed for the neutral, nothing but stash for the color, and we are eating up scraps like crazy, which is good because they gotta go. I need 5 multicolored big blocks, and I need no 4 multicolored big blocks and 5 color block blocks. Trust me, it makes sense in my brain, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. And then I can sew it together, and then I can create a border, and then we have pillowcases. The goal is end of March. I'd like to be done the blanket by the end of March. Just want to be done. And I want to be on to the next blanket. Like I want to crank out 3 blankets this year. So like I gotta get
Ooh,
going. I gotta get going.
blanket goals.
Yeah. Well, I want them done. I want them out of my life. I want them going where they need to go. And I want to be able to open up for new projects, you know? All right. That'll be you up, again, my dear, while I fish these blanket squares away from my cat's head.
All right. We're into new stuff.
Woohoo!
Um, I believe last week I had talked about how I had cast it on for or no, I talked about how I was swatching for the vintage sweater.
We were swatching last week.
Yes, I was swatching for the as I try and pick it up here for the Beehive Hand Knits for Men by Beehive.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You were testing out because you wanted to have like just a little bit of like extra texture. So you were looking at the herringbone, but it cinched in too much. Do I remember that right?
Yeah, so I still haven't decided what I want for the shoulders, but I cast on the back panel and I did all 4 inches of ribbing.
Okay.
So that is done and is
That's a lot of ribbing.
beautiful. And it doesn't quite fit on this needle. It's a very short
No.
needle. So it's a little roughly, but is oh, it's so pretty.
And you're happy?
It's
You're
just,
happy with the color, happy
yeah.
with the texture. This is what it was supposed to be?
I am so happy. So
Good.
now I get
Good,
to
good,
do
good, good, good,
like
good, good.
9 inches of stockinette.
Uh-huh.
And after that point, we start shaping for the armholes, so I have to figure out what shoulder texture I want.
All right, you still got some time though. 9 inches of stockinette. That's no
9 inches
small.
of stockinette's gonna take a minute.
It's not a huge feat given that you're just working on the back panel, so it's not like you're not doing the stockinette for like the whole body, but still not nothing. It's not nothing.
Yeah, well, it's 98 stitches across, I
Yeah.
think. I think that was
So
the
it's
number. So
not
it's
nothing.
not nothing, but it's gonna take a
It's
minute.
yeah, that's fine. Oh God, I love that color so much. Is that chili pepper one?
This is the chili pepper chocolate from
That's
Ancient
it.
Arts.
Yeah.
So it's a
Oh,
gorgeous reddish brown with just very slight variations.
oh, so good. Oh, I like Asian art yarn. So nice.
And it's smooth in the stitch definition. And the stitch definition. Oh, I'm so
I'm
happy.
sorry, are you excited about the stitch definition?
Just a little. Only
Just
a
a
little.
touch? Just a
Just a
smidge?
touch.
Oh my gosh.
Smidge. Smidge
I
excited.
am so happy that's working out for you. Oh, I want to pick up mine so bad. Technically, I have 2 swatches to wash and block, so I could pick my vintage knit up. I should do it. Should do it. Okay, smoky hokey pokey. I didn't work on any vintage knitting this week, but I did cast on a second sock. Who am I? Who, who am I?
You're manifesting the sock knitter persona.
I don't know what's going on. It's not true. I do know what's going on. It's that my province has gone through a deep freeze. And my brain went, you lost reading socks this past summer because they died last winter. You should make yourself new reading socks. And then we had this wonderful, wonderful Susanna send us big balls of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never too sure what to do with bulky yarn because it's a limited thing for me, but my God, I do enjoy knitting in the anniversary Karen cakes. They are very nice soft acrylic.
Hmm.
Really nice soft acrylic. So I'm making a reading sock for myself.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that
That
pretty?
looks so good.
It's striping on its own. It's literally a toe-up vanilla sock, nothing fancy to it. Only that like you cast on like 8 stitches. And there's like 14 around because bulky. Everybody say it with
Hmm.
me. Bulky. And because I don't want to do any shaping, I want this to be as little thinking involved as possible. I'm ribbing. That's right. I am one by one ribbing. I'm not one ribbing a regular length of foot. I am one by one ribbing over the knee socks. Gonna be at
Oh,
this for a while. But I don't want to do
yeah.
shaping. And I either had to commit to shaping or commit to the ribbing. Like
Yeah.
where do I want the nuisance to be? Because if I'm doing shaping on one calf, then I have to mark it so it's the same on the other leg. But I
Hmm.
don't if I've got the ribbing on. I can just do the ribbing.
No, that makes perfect sense,
So
and
it's
it makes
so,
them a lot easier to do.
so much easier to do. So they are a very non-thinky project. And it's not like I've literally knit a whole sock. Like we're at the point where I'd be thinking about binding off if these were just regular socks. It's just that I need to make a lot more leg. A lot more leg. So when we're so cold that if I put a drink in the window well, the drink gets cold, I can wear
Hmm.
my house socks because it does get that cold here. Not always for very often, but it did this year. And my brain went, house socks would have been nice this year. So we're gonna make house socks. So next year it's not a problem. And oh my God, they're squishy.
Yeah, those are gonna be nice.
Now, have I had to argue with my cat every bloody day? Absolutely. We need to make her a little blanket square towel situation out of some of this anniversary Karen cake because she is aggressive about tracking it down when it's anywhere near her.
Oh yeah, she
Oh,
needs a little blanket.
she needs a little blanket. Like this is the cat that pulls the ball bands off the balls to play with the ball bands. Like if she likes something, she hunts it down till she finds it. Oh my God. A number of times where I'd be sitting and the anniversary cake would start moving because she's decided it's gonna go hang out with her. The cake ball is bigger than my cat. Doesn't matter to her. She's certainly gonna try to
Yeah.
manhandle it. Fine. She's
Okay.
unraveling them. She's unraveling them. Just end up with yarn carnage everywhere. So I'm like, okay, cool. I got it. Instructions received. Well, I know you're going to live on the bedspread once the bedspread's done. We will make one just for you, like you sized, and we'll find yet another square of floor in my living space to put down yet another blanket for my cat to sleep on. I have
Absolutely.
problems. I have problems.
You
However,
understand your
that's
role as the caretaker of the fuzzy deity.
I am the High Priestess of a tiny G god, people. High Priestess of a tiny G god, who may or may not be a furry dragon, pending
I'd believe it.
pending results on that testing. That's it for me. That's all I have besides whip it or rip it.
All right. I was inspired by your discussions of over the knee socks, and I'm like, wait, I have a pattern for cabled over the knee socks. So I hunted that down in a magazine, and they are the Yukon River Stockings from Interweave Knits Winter 2018.
Are those the ones that Jay did as like her first knit?
Yes.
So we have a friend, her very first knitted thing ever is
Was these
is these
insanely
socks.
complicated?
Yeah.
Well, they're not insanely complicated, but they're like I was
Heavily cabled.
very impressed.
Heavily cabled.
Like it was a very difficult beginner project, and she did it.
I mean, when we tell you she's a civil engineer, like just it just explains the mindset of problem solving joy that she gets from these sorts of things.
Anyway, here's my beginning. I
Yeah.
have done the toe and just gotten into the chart. So I've got there's two cables. I've got all of two wraps on these cables. There's two cables up the side, and then there's a crazy twisty bit in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
Yeah.
God. You guys are
So
all
that
insane.
absolutely grabbed me and would not let go. And the only thing that has made me put this down was the fact that I had to do Whip It or Rip It.
So what you're saying is that that should be your whip it or rip it this week because you want to work on it anyway?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Not gonna lie, maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Glad you're honest about it. That's the important part.
It's that or the vintage sweater. These are the two things that I just desperately want to work on right now.
Okay. That's fair. Um, I don't know what I would have desperately want to work on right now.
Oh, I forgot to talk about the yarn. The yarn is Wood Lily DK from Fireweed Fiber Co.
Yeah.
Coupon code in the description box or the show notes, wherever. And so this is some like a light lavendery color with little tweed bits.
That lavender fields.
I honestly do not know what the color is. I grabbed one of the. I have five of these, and I happened to grab one that didn't have a ball band on it, so I don't actually know what the color is.
I do, of
I
course,
only caked up
couldn't,
the one. The rest
and you
are
couldn't
right there,
over there, and you
and I
couldn't just
just
go
happened to.
grab the
I
one behind
could
you.
go grab one second so I don't drop
Let
stitches
me
there.
tell you, people. Let me tell you.
Okay, one second as I trip over things.
Like you don't even have to leave the office.
I know.
It's like right now, I mean, not admittedly not as easy to reach as some of my stuff is. Still pretty easy to reach.
It's Frosted Heather.
Frosted Heather.
Frosted Heather.
See, when you say the color name, now I know what color it is.
Yeah. It's that
Yeah.
light lavender. So it's a light lavender
It's
color.
it's the color I pick up all the time on the rye base and think to myself, I need to make something out of you. So yes,
Mm.
I know what color you're talking about.
Oh, and if everybody's looking at my hand going, what the heck is going on with your hand there? Did you get a new tattoo? It's a temporary tattoo. I'm trying out an inkbox tattoo for a cosplay I'm doing in a couple of months. So that's what that is.
We're skin testing this week.
Yes. And I obviously, put it on super straight.
Oh yeah.
I swear
Uh the test
it
is for
looks
more.
better when my hand there. It looks vaguely more straight. That it still
Okay.
doesn't look very straight that way. Anyway,
Yeah. Be careful
we're
with your
testing.
placement. Careful with your
Yes,
placement.
I'm gonna get help when I put them on for real
Oh
because
God, yes.
they're large
They're
tattoos.
big tat they're big fake
This
tattoos.
is the smallest of the tattoos that I got
Oh,
for this
so
cosplay.
funny. It just leaves whip it or rip it. We're down to it. It's time. Are we causing carnage in the streets?
We'll find out.
Tune in next time. Oh, that's right. Nice to talk to you guys. Bye.
Run away.
Think I hear my
They're knitting me. Oh,
refrigerator running. No, it's fine.
oh, better go catch it.
Better go catch it. In the realm of truly tragic dad jokes. Okay. Do you want to go first? Do I want to go first? How do
I
we want to
started
do
working on the
this?
stockinette part of this, so I had to get my bigger
Why?
needles.
Why can't I keep track of where my camera is today?
I think you should go first because you got a couple weeks off.
Well, that doesn't bode well at all. Okay. I had to do my linen top. Let me grab it. Diana voted, and she voted that I should work on my linen top to continue to make progress on it or utterly fail and have to rip a three-quarters finished project. She knows what you guys like. You like the drama.
Mm-hmm.
You rabble-rousers. Where is my ball of yarn? You do the thing where you stick the ball of yarn in the project and wrap it up and go, that's fine. I'll be able to figure this out when I sit down again, and then you never can. That's where my life is at. Now, we have to preface this. I could legitimately put in a preface and remove all stakes to the contrary. Diana and I have the rule of life comes and kicks us in the teeth too hard. We are allowed to get freebies when things go, "Whoa!" They have to aggressively
Mm-hmm.
go, whoa, but you know what I mean. And Diana can tell you, I could ask for that. I had a spectacularly bad health week this week. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. And I gotta find my progress keeper. Where did I stick it? I stuck a progress keeper in here. Where is it? So
This either
many
means you
stitches.
succeeded or you failed and you don't care.
Well, and not so much I think it's that I don't care. It's that I like the texture, but I'm not positive about the design. And you need to make the call because I am, by rough thumb measurement from Progress Keeper, I am an inch and a half to 2 inches, according to my skull.
Okay.
I did not meet the 2 inch minimum requirement. I also, as you very well are aware, we're down for 48 hours this week, quite unhelpfully. So it is a Diana call because I did not meet my goal.
I can't be mean.
You
I
sure?
know what happened this
You
week, so I'm,
sure?
I'm gonna go with, you know what, you're close. You're
Okay.
close. An inch and a half is close enough.
Because it was not it was a combination of bad brain and bad body. And I just paid for it. They happen. But we did build in the if it's a bad week and we're close, it's okay. Or if we didn't for health reasons, it was fine. Because it just sometimes life happens. It's just
Sometimes life
sometimes life
happens.
happens.
Yeah, it
Thank
happens.
you for being kind, because you didn't have to be.
Nah, we can have carnage next week.
You have Carnage next week? Oh, good. I do love me the Carnage. How are we gonna have Carnage next week if we both do new starts?
Mm,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, no. Okay, cool.
Well, I don't know
Let's
if I'm gonna cast something on, so.
okay. Well, let's talk about yours and then we'll talk about what we're gonna do this week, in theory.
All right.
Ooh, high level
So I
juice.
was doing so well with the Christmas presents. I decided that for this week I was going to do my dad's scarf from like fingertips to elbow-ish.
Yep.
And so I have a scarf from fingertips to elbow, basically exactly.
Oh my God, you're just knocking this stuff out of the park.
Yeah. And this is with restarting it like 6 times because I ended up just doing a stockinette tube, 40 stitches around.
Hmm.
Because I was gonna do like some kind of light texture, but I just didn't like anything and I just kept ripping it out and ripping it out and ripping it out. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll do like a couple inches of stockinette and
Tube.
then I'll do like some herringbone. And I know from my swatch that I need to go up like a bunch of sizes. So I
Hmm.
went up
Hmm.
2 full needle sizes. It still wasn't enough and I didn't like it anyway. So I pulled out the herringbone. And I'm just like, screw it. And at this point, it was like Tuesday, and I'm like, I need to get this done. So it's a stockinette tube. There. It's a
I
stockinette
mean,
tube.
the good news is I don't know a dad who doesn't enjoy a stockinette tube.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I realized the way I've written my notes, I don't
Mm.
know if I meant like a one arm length, like fingertips to chest, or if I meant
Or
a full arm
wingspan.
span. So I need to confer with my dad and see if he meant a like this much or that much.
Did you
Because
want
I
the one
actually don't
wing
know
or
the
did
way
you
I wrote
want
it
both
down.
wings?
Yeah. Is this a one arm or a two arm? I don't
Situation.
actually
That's
know.
fair. That's fair. Probably good to just call and chat with your dad anyway, because it's your dad.
Also that.
Also that.
And,
But
show
yeah.
him what I've got so far and make sure he does, in fact, actually like it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think it is a most gorgeous stockinette tube.
I think so.
And
So
there's something to be said for a stockinette tube.
this is the cinnamon apricot spice gnome tweed DK from Dragon Horde yarn.
Let's talk about this week.
Yes, what are the plans?
Well, from our perspective, we have whip sprints. I know everybody else has already seen them, but from our perspective, future us has whip sprints.
Hmm.
We also have end of month stuff. And then we get a couple of extra days because we record on Fridays, but our lives are on Sundays.
This is true.
And it is going into our birthday month.
Okay.
So the week after is going to be, ooh, let's punch the microphone. The week after is going to be a little cray cray because it'll be everybody up to the birthday and then the birthday couple of days, right? So like
Hmm.
this is a relatively calm week for me, barring my body behaving, whatever. There's no controlling that beast. It does whatever it wants. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I feel that.
Guys, the delivery was more things to keep my stomach calm. I ordered more pineapple juice. I think I'm gonna cast on. I'm gonna say fudge it. I like casting on a bunch of stuff near my birthday. It brings me joy, it makes me happy. I haven't started my sister's birthday present yet, and her birthday was a month ago almost at this point.
Fair.
So I think I'm gonna say, do I work on my sister's shawl or do I work on my vintage knit? And I can show you the yarn for both projects if you think that might help in your decision-making process.
Oh, it might help with the decision-making
The making
process.
process? Okay, cool.
Plus, we like looking at yarn.
We do enjoy yarn a lot. Got two project bags here, folks. I've got the fun one I made,
Very cute.
my pink and gray granny squares. And then I've got some Jack going on here. Seemed appropriate for my siblings and stuff. No, I want you to not fall off the table, you jerk. And what I have crammed in my pink and gray bag is some Arcane Fiberworks in their gingerbread colorway.
Ooh. Okay.
And this would be for the vintage knit.
Okay. What is the
So
vintage knit?
it is called Sugar Plum. Listen, I'm going to send Diana a link and she's going to have it linked below because my
Yeah.
brain is not putting the name together correctly. It is a cropped fitted cardigan with short sleeves, which is important because this
Okay.
DK weight yarn, I definitely only have five
Yeah.
skeins of, so it's not enough for a full sweater, but it is enough to wear with some of the 1940s, 1950 dresses I'd like to make this year for summer.
Okay.
And it is the right style for that. So I have this. I don't know if I can wear this much color next to my face. I don't know. We'll find out when it's done. If I can't, I've already talked to my favorite local indie dyer that I hang out with all the time. And I mean, you might think it's Cloud9 Fiberworks, wouldn't be wrong. I also hang out with Daria, but it's in fact Erin. So we were talking, and if I can't balance the color out with like the color fabric for the dress, because I haven't bought the dress, I'm gonna make the cardigan and then go buy fabric to work with the yarn. Or if the
Hmm.
yarn needs to be over dyed, I'll get it over dyed and then we'll go find fabric for it. So we're gonna play that by ear. But I definitely think I'd like to. I've got swatches finished. I need to wash and block them, but I think I finally have. So the 6 stitches per inch for the body of the cardigan wasn't that hard. It's the 10 stitches per inch for the ribbing that has been driving me bonkers. I was working in fingering weight and I couldn't get a needle small enough to get a tight. I know this is me. I couldn't get a needle small enough to get a tight enough gauge with the needles I have in my house. Now I cannot just go run
Okay.
out and buy a new needle. I don't have those kinds of budgets. So I went up a yarn size and I've re-swatched and I think I did it. I think I have 10 stitches per inch on a 2.25 millimeter needle and ribbing on DK weight yarn.
10 stitch. That's a lot of stitches
It's
in an inch.
tight. It is a very tight gauge, which makes sense because it is fitted and it's got 6 inches of ribbing, and that ribbing gives it all its shaping. Like all
Mm.
of the bottom shaping is in that ribbing. And then
Yeah.
and I mean, obviously I can talk about it because it's a free pattern, but you have 30 extra stitches on your needles in your ribbing as opposed to your body. So like your first round of stockinette, you have to decrease all those stitches and go up the needle sizes. What that does is it gives it a little poof where the stockinette
Okay.
fabric starts, which visually makes your waistline look smaller
Hmm.
in comparison to your bust line. What this will do for me is give me space to put my boobs in somewhere while still giving that
Yes.
visual effect of shrinking my waist, even though it is a fitted garment. It's an optical illusion that's been around since pre-Victorian times. Like it's a very common used optical illusion in clothing. So I'm very excited
Hmm.
by it. And I don't know how long I'll be able to make the sleeves, but I get like a cute little puff situation. It's V-necked. I need buttons. Like there's a whole kit and caboodle that needs to go with this. But I do want to get started on it. Also, I love the construction concepts because it's got like set-in sleeves and stuff. So
Nice.
I want to try. And it's a longer cropped, so like I can make it like I just add a couple of inches in stockinette to make it a longer cropped on me, and then I can do the shoulder shaping. So plans and thoughts. However, so there's that one. Option two is my sister's birthday shawl, which should have been finished at the 10th of February, so I'm doing great. I'm gonna hold up the skeins, not the round balls. This is for, and again, I will link the specific pattern for Diana, like I'll send her the link. So it's going to be in the description box in the show notes for everybody. My sister loves skulls.
Okay.
It's just full stop. Especially like the Day of the Dead skulls, like the sugar skulls and stuff. Full
Mhm.
on. This has been a passion collecting trinket item situation since teenagerhood. I'm not sure how it works with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is her other fandom thing, but it's all over the house. The thing she's into. She enjoys it. I've previously in the past made her a skull shawl before, so it was in baby pink. At her request, she wanted it to go with a specific leather jacket, and it's a triangular top-down shawl, and when it's open, it's skulls. It's just made of skull motifs. Whatever, she
I
likes it.
do
That's
love
the
that one.
important part. It's such a cute. I found a really pretty one that's got solid stripes and skull stripes in a half moon side, like a half circle shape, which I think for my
Okay.
sister's 40th birthday, which just happened, would look really good on her computer chair for when she's sitting at the desk writing.
Okay.
And as I pointed out, she's old enough now, she should start getting nice shawls. She replied with, I have a 4-month-old puppy. I said, not my problem. So I'm going to use these two skeins. Obviously, I'm going to do the skulls. I think I'm going to do the skulls in the light color, and then I'm going to do the solid stripes in the darker color. So my darker D, and this is both DK white stuff, right? So the darker one is obviously Barocco vintage because we love a solid Barocco vintage in this house. A huge Barocco vintage fan, and it's in the classic pink and gray coloring.
Hmm.
So super cute. Pink looks really good on my sister. I do not have the same undertone my sister does. And thanks to Aaron, I know that this is the colorway Bunnies Frighten Me, which is the last of my Buffy skeins. So it would clear out a stash space, and it will take 4 DK weight skeins of yarn because it's a crochet half full shawl. Do I have the pattern? Absolutely. Do I have round balls in here? Absolutely. Have I casted it on? No. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I've been looking at it going, I need to start you. I want to start you. I like crocheting those skull shapes. They're quite fun. They're not like so difficult that your brain's like, "Ugh," but they're just enough that you're like, oh, I made eyeballs, like there's there's the YouTube short. Just enough that, oh, look, I made eyeballs. Oh Lord. And I'm uncaffeinated. This is the thing, peeps. uh so I don't know. I don't know which one, but I mean, let's be honest, I might start both. I shouldn't. I really should not. But I might. But which
And
one's for
nothing
Whip It
says you
or
can't
Rip It?
start both.
Nothing can't
I'm
start
gonna
both.
go with the belated birthday present. We'll keep with the theme.
We'll keep with the theme. Okay, in which case I will say 4 inches of progress because it is a circular, so it's quite small to start with. And it's crochet. So 4 inches of progress minimum. Wow, we've been chatting for a while. I'm
Right.
almost out of pineapple juice.
I'm gonna go with, since we have a little bit of extra time
Hmm.
this week, I'm
We
gonna
do.
say finish the foot on the Yukon River stocking, the
Oh,
cabled sock.
nice. That's a good challenge.
We'll go with finish the foot.
Okay, I like it. Gonna be so good. Oh, they're gonna be such pretty socks because we've seen a finished
I'm
pair. We know
ex
how pretty they are.
I know I'm so excited by the
Friggin'
concept of these socks.
stoked. I'm so stoked for you to do those. Okay. Excellent. In which
So
case
cute.
it's a non-scripted Patreon ad, and then we're good.
All right. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you can do so at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server where we look confused at our socks.
I wasn't sure what I was holding.
I mean, a big topic of discussion right now is sock madness. A lot of people are doing that. I will cheerlead from the sidelines because, no, I am
No,
not a competitive knitter. No. But I will
it's
cheerlead
nuts.
from the sidelines and drop all kinds of emojis all over the pictures of the socks.
Oh yeah. Socks are punching the microphone. Socks are so pretty, but it's not for me.
Not for me either. I saw the balloons last year and went, nope.
Year before,
Year before,
yeah, last
but they're
year I did
haunting
it.
me that much. I didn't even have to do them, and they're haunting me.
Haunted a lot of people. Last year for fun, for a gag, I tried to get through the qualifying round just to shock Louise. I did not, and I didn't think I was going to, but I gave it the good old college try, as they say. Oh goodness, so much stuff. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff goes on YouTube. We've got some stuff that goes on YouTube memberships. As far as I know, Diana's still waiting on a piece of paper.
I'm still waiting on a piece of paper. The
Duly
instant
noted.
I get that piece of paper, that'll be up and running.
We'll get that fixed. Patreon, we do have some behind paywall Patreon live streams that go on from time to time. Always recommend that even if you can't afford to support us, oh boy, which, yeah, budgets, trust me. Yeah, no, I know. I understand. I understand. Even following us there helps build the community. Liking videos, commenting down below also super helps us interact with you and let other people know that this is a thing that we do. And if you follow us, even for free, on the Patreon, you will get a monthly program schedule, so you will know where we are when we are on the internet. Good for you guys, good for us. Keeps us accountable. So there are things that are ongoing and stuff. But again, you write a comment down below. We will reply. It might take us a couple of days. That's because this is not our job yet. Maybe one day, but not
Isn't
yet.
that the dream? Content creation as a
Content
full-time
creation
job.
is a lot of work. I'm not sure why people would really want to do it as a job because it is a massive load of work.
There's so much unpaid work to get to the point where you're paid enough to actually do it for a living.
Yeah, and you have to hustle and change all the time. So like it is a constant go situation. So like I just people who do content creation and that's their full-time job, we are not paying them enough. Just full stop. We're not. Full stop. We're not.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. All right. In which case, I'm gonna say until the next time we see you guys, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
No matter where your week takes you, don't forget to
Don't
craft.
forget to craft.
So funny.